and when you got different parts, availability, getting them delivered, it's been aggravating. And I had to even travel out of state to pick up stuff and bring it back, just to keep the ball rolling. But for the most part, we got the whole system cleaned out, flushable, and it's just, you know, still got a few little corners to turn in there, but we're saving probably about 90%. That's what we contracted with the county.
So when was the last 10% you finished with it?
Well, technically, the 10% was done, we was done 2 weeks ago with what we contracted. But as we fix stuff, other stuff breaks. Pressure. That's what I was saying. You got other avenues within the building, like no insulation around some of that piping that's in the wall. And, you know, we're trying to mitigate that, and working up in the ceiling area, you only have room maybe about 15 inches, and I don't have a man that small to fit down in there. So that means the wall has to come out. And before we go that far, we would need to get that addressed from the different various people. So right now, I'm past, I've done my 100%.
So you've done what it takes to get jail back open.
Well, yeah, for my part.
Okay. That's the thing that we need to know. And then have you, you had one last invoice
Yes.
that, you need to drop that off at the office.
Okay.
And, the dial pressure down some so that it wouldn't, I know it's like a transmission putting a lot of torque on
Mm-hmm.
an old motor. But right now we gotta get the jail back open and get it occupied. And hopefully we'll have people that's in there that will watch what's going on.
Who will have the final say if the jail,
The state.
the state? I read this 10-point,
Representation.
recommendation that you sent in. I mean, how we want to address the painting and, I mean, what we're, I mean, we can't say that. You know, you think like that there, that night. I mean, you already gave us an estimate for that?
Yes.
You have?
Yes, that was in their recommendation. And to that, I was asked to give their recommendation, and I did. So now it goes right to what is the calling of the council. Because
Painting ain't gonna keep you men out of jail, and we did paint that thing last year, it was real bad. So we got inmates all over the state, and painting is not something that, you know, painting, they go back and then draw on it. I asked them before not to have pencils and ink pens in there, that didn't do any good, so, you know, going into the paper jail again, after having jail paint again, I had to go. That's not gonna stop the inmate from coming in jail. I just want to make sure that the plumbing issues that the sheriff addressed with me, and that you addressed in the contract, having taken care of other cosmetic stuff or issues that the sheriff may want to address later, we address it. But it's not going to prevent us from holding in there.
You put the rebar replacement in there along?
No, I haven't. That's not what I
Well, rebar around the toilets, it's not in the walls, you got rebar in the walls.
The wall, the areas where the toilets are, all that's solid. Now, I backfilled that, because that's my work.
Yeah.
But to put rebar in the wall, no, I'm not doing that unless I'm a contractor.
That was not
Yeah,
necessary.
that wasn't part of the scope of work.
Because get to the fixtures, we had to be able to get to the fixtures. If you had that rebar, you wouldn't be able to get to the fixtures around the toilet fixtures. So that's neatly there. Anybody else got any questions?
Yeah, I have a question.
The lighting, all the lighting, the lights are fixed.
Tyrone was on the
Tyrone, he's working there today. He was in there today, but he said he's had issues with getting material.
Yeah, he got like,
So, with him, we've been working together, but, he's coming back tomorrow, because he had to go and pick up more stuff. Just as I've tried to get UPS to drop off parts and stuff here at the jail, and it becomes an issue.
but he had the lights ordered from down there, Roundtree, and they just, I don't know what's the thing with shipping now. It's taking, never had this problem with shipping those lights. And he bought a whole ton of small lights, and these big lights now. They just had to come in all. He thought they were coming in, but again, light in jail, every light don't work, but they got sufficient light in jail. Mr. Lewis.
Yes, I want to visit the jail, I let you give the tour around.
Mm-hmm.
You pointed out a lot of safety issues within the jail. With the amount of safety issues that you pointed out to me, would you think the state will allow the jail to reopen? So these issues need to be addressed, more than just pain.
Yeah.
I mean, sure there are a lot of rust around the door.
Well, you know, you got, the back doors, the very bottom of the doors are rusted and corroded.
Yeah.
So, painting ain't gonna fix it. It's gonna fall off. Speaking to the CEOs over there, they have a snake in there. Came in the door. I can go in there and kick the door with my feet. I mean, you know, addressing what you're saying. So, I don't see that the state will let us, but based on what my contract was,
I understand.
yeah, I've got it there, but, you know, some of the other stuff, it's very detailed. And, you know, as we speak about the rebar, the concrete,
But you backfill the concrete, you
I
backfill.
backfill behind the commodes. Nothing else, because that wasn't everything that goes, that's supposed to be backfilled was the commode, because what would happen is, you got the inmates keeping those commodes. And what happens is, it shifts the plumbing. That stuff needs to be stationary. Now, I don't know about what the state requires here in Alabama, but in my 30 years of doing this, they come in and they give you specifications like, you have to have the solid. You can't have any boards in there. And I poured all the boards behind the commodes. They can't even rip these commodes off the wall. If you take them out, you gotta jack them out.
How about the soap dishes and all
The
this?
soap dishes, we put those back in the wall, but if it's a hollow wall, you still bumping up the same tree. Because a lot of the sales, on most cases, when you lay block, it's called a common bond. But a lot of those block has been laid on stack bond. And I drilled to cover myself because I don't want to tell y'all it has a hole in it in the solid. A lot of those walls have hollow pores in it. So when I insert the soap dish back into the wall, all I can do is try to bolt or epoxy against in it, but anything else, I have nothing to bolt to because I'm about to drive a bolt into the dish to go into the wall. So that's something, that's a lot of issue right there, but
How many doors did you say were rotten?
roughly, I don't look at them quite a few times. You have have the back doors of the facility that, say 4. And that's back there near the control area. You got the control area, you got 2 doors on your right and 2 doors on your left.
If you would give us an estimate on the cost of
The doors?
those doors and the installation of
Okay. All right. I will.
Another question, I don't get that up here. You were showing me the area where they put the food trays in,
Yes.
that sludge hammer doors open,
Can't get them to move.
and you said that's a safety issue for the jailers over there.
Well, here for the jailers, those tray access areas, they're all rusted open. We can't even open them. So I sprayed PV glass, I put motor oil, and I got some industrial lubricants, and I take a sledgehammer and beat them just to get it to open and close, and they won't move anymore. And hearing from some of the deputies, they've had issues with the inmates tossing feces on them because it never closes. And what I proposed in my recommendation, the kind that you can put in place, clear covered, you can open up and put their food or whatever in there and then close it. Then they have access to reach in there and get whatever they need. And if you're gonna transport anybody, they will have to be able to put their whole hands in there and lock them up. So, I don't know about violent people or not, but it's a safety issue. But with those metal doors, steel doors you got there, they are rusted, and the liability of the county, somebody can get locked off, they get scratched, or they could get rid of it. And they could be replaced. But, I mean, that's part of my recommendation.
Like I said, give us an estimate on the cost
Okay.
and the installation of those, and we'll move on that. What you get at, I'm sure you're gonna have to go to a specialty
Oh, yeah.
to get them at jail. As far as the tray thing you talking about,
They don't close. They don't close the door.
but you said you had something that you could,
I sprayed.
now I'm talking about the apparatus.
Oh, yeah, you can replace those. You just have to cut them out of the wall and pour them back in place, concrete. Put them back in, drill them in, form them up, pour them solid concrete.
You had anything else, Mr. Bruce?
Yes, those, you showed me some bumps that wasn't attached to the floor.
Mm-hmm.
The bed bumps, you have able to just take them,
Yeah.
move them freely off the wall, and doesn't happen to the inmate, because somebody can get in the runs and take one of the bumps and throw it on top of somebody. All those bumps should be attached to the floor, right?
Yes. Some of them are, that was seen, but the point is, on a safety purpose, they can take those bumps and slide them back and forth against the concrete, metal against concrete,
Sharpen it.
sharpen the edges to break them off. And in our findings, we found a lot of shanks made out of toothbrush, chicken bones. Because the chicken bone, you can let the chicken bone dry out and rub it, turns to a knife. And with the bed, the bottom of the bed, you just rub them.
How many beds you think
You got about 14.
that need this?
That needs to be shot to the floor, or drilled and anchored to the floor. Yeah, you definitely have that.
But I think those things you probably need to bring an estimate back.
Okay.
We definitely got to move expeditiously. Because we got one, two other things that we're going to get done. And we want to go ahead and get this issue that this can at this point. These are all issues that have no anticipation of having to do. And now it's causing, us to have to go to a reserve to accommodate that on what else we're doing. We bring us your estimate on that and then we'll move forward.
When I was over there to Nigeria, I was checking on, asking about the cameras, all the cameras.
Well, they just put new camera in there.
Yeah, you have maybe 75% of your cameras working, and the rest are blind areas, and that's not good.
But I don't think they took the cameras out when they installed the new cameras that we made out. We'll get with the IT person to see which cameras are actually live, which actually are not, because they just put cameras all the way through, but they didn't remove the old cameras, so doing cameras that they had. So, that's something we can look at very quickly and ascertain whether or not we can, those cameras that are supposed to be actually working, because in some areas of the jail, we can't have cameras.
I have one more thing before we finish up. When I was there was some access doors to the detention system and different stuff, where they like go in and do maintenance at. But there were some locks on there that was just old obsolete locks. Once you got in there, you found all type of contraband and drugs and everything else that was hid in the cubby holes. That old locks be replaced with something better than what we have on there.
Yeah, those locks would have to be drilled out, because they're, welded and placed into the steel door, but they can be drilled out and replaced and with upgraded locks, because the locks are in there now, they're, they take metal, they can take anything and shimmy those locks. The only thing I do is work them out, and the area that I showed you, we pick up a lot of contraband out of there, or, stuff, and I have pictures supporting all of that. But, those locks do needs to be, changed.
You get the jail to come in and search the cell and everything.
Well, because the jailer probably thought that they had no access because they had a special key, the master key. But with those old keys, they have different ridges on the newer ones now. So, and the locks are, I don't want to say foolproof, but they're better than the locks that you have. They'll be better suitable locks for those doors. And those doors, in the course of them sticking or hiding stuff, they took a lot of money. And some of the plumbing that was missing, a lot of the plumbing they used to make chains out, and they used to make keys with some of the copper. It's amazing.
Any idea of time frame?
Right now, since he's giving me that task to do that, now we're going to the end of the year vacation for companies. So I probably have a 3-week lead on it, because running through the holidays, people coming back up for the new year. So it's, but I have
I'm
a
talking
lot
about
of
people
people.
that you're gonna be buying from, not you.
Yeah, people, oh, yeah. But the people that are buying from already put them on notice, but you know how that goes, so.
We're gonna move, on that and,
So let me make sure we understand it. So you want me to, the locks, look at the locks? Correct?
yeah, I want you to,
Oh, locks, locking down the beds and
and the doors,
the doors. That's it, in the, food tray area.
yeah.
Okay. What about maybe pumping some of these walls with fill?
But we probably won't be able to get to all of that.
So look at that later down the road. Okay.
Let's take care of these four, areas. After that, then we'll see where we stand with funding, probably.
Okay.
Those, vent covers, some vent covers are missing, is that something you can put over some of those?
Yeah,
Wide open there.
yeah, you got a bed cover that's at the top. I
I thought you put the bar,
huh?
I thought we talked about putting the bar,
No, not back there. I had that out the ceiling and a small person can do some damage over there. But I can, check on, I'd rather go back with something reinforced, and I have a machine shop, so we can design some deal stuff and attach it to the precast floor, because that's what it is, a precast.
okay. Thank you much.